Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle, and here we go.
Modern football is full of power, pace and physicality, but there's a player out there who's managed to avoid the helter-skelter and play a game of purity.
The peerless Pirlo.
Yeah, he coined the phrase regista, and he rules.
And here's Mbappe. Roberto Carlos picks it up out wide. He leaps for it!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Mbappe charging forward, the ball at his feet. Pirlo spots it and intercepts. Bruno Fernandes looking for options for movement. Crosses it in here. That has been knocked clear. Ibrahimovic.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Now it's Seedorf. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Oh, Red, nice interception. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Ferdinand. And it's played forward. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And here's Ibrahimovic. It's Ibrahimovic! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Ibrahimovic really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Lahm goes short. In towards the back stick. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. And now a sudden chance to counter. Stood up well to him there. And it's Gullit. Now it's Mbappe. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. And here's Gullit. Seedorf.
Borussia Dortmund really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Ferdinand is very much of the non-shell pass school of defending. Botafogo leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. And this is Roberto Carlos. He's rising! And that's a tiny finish. And there's the goal they've been looking for. A really thumping header. Absolutely crashes it in.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Botafogo are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Getting on for a third of the way through the game. Varane gets over and intercepts. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Marcelo. Gullit. Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Marcelo. To Bruno Fernandes. Ibrahimovic.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
That's a really buccaneering run he's making. Marcelo. Araujo. Bale. And here's Ibrahimovic. While facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Botafogo looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Lahm.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Vieira. He's played it back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
Now it's Mbappe. Seedorf. Can he finish? Just cruising! They are cruising! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
A case now of complete control. Pullet, well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, that is a good chance, surely! Oh, that is a fair try, and it's half-time. But I don't think many people saw this coming ahead of kick-off.
Well, they're in a great position, Peter, so why stop now? I would say keep going, keep at it. They've done everything right so far, so they'll want to keep things that way.
Botafogo marching seemingly on towards victory, 3-0 at the break. The second half is up and running. And it's Bale. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Some good persistent defending here. Now it's Mbappe. Pullet. Pirlo. And it's Bruno Fernandes. To Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes makes a dash for it. Vieira.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And it's Lahm. Lahm, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Pullet looking for the chance to skim one in from range. And here's Ibrahimovic. He's a shot. Can he finish? It's a goal! Untouchable, remorseless, relentless, a class of their own. Perfect placement, and that's it. And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. The peerless Didier Drogba, just a standout hero to so many.
One of Africa's finest and a huge reputation for being a big game player.
Big games, 9 goals in 9 cup finals during his time in London. And the finish! And it's a goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
Botafogo are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Seedorf. And it's Gullit. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Maldini produces the perfect tackle there. Well, it is plumb centre, but it is a fair way out on the very cusp of credible shooting range. Decent hit from there. Gerrard. And it's Zielinski. And here's Shevchenko. Leicester did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Vieira. And he's picked it up out wide. And this is Gullit. Shot at goal! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And they've got rid. That has been slung wide. And it's played in here. And now they can spring out of defence. And he was quick to react. Zielinski.
Botafogo are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Drogba is onto it in a flash. And it's made its way to him. And he cuts out the supply. Roberto Carlos is one whose deliveries we all know about. It's a threatening ball.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And they're back on the ball again. And it's Seedorf.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
It's come to nothing. Just eases him off the ball. Matheus Cunha. Great defending, strong and determined. And it's Seedorf. And this is Ibrahimovic. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Ibrahimovic showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Gullit. That is good strength. Cross goes in there. Oh, good climb! No, couldn't quite control it.
Look, the defending wasn't too clever on that last chance. The cross had to be denied.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Roberto Carlos. And he plays one through. He's picked his... and he shoots! Oh, he's been caught on it here. In he goes again! And that's a tiny finish. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Big chance! And he thumps it clear.
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Lahm. Ibrahimovic. Oh, shooting chance! There it is! So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo.
He leaps for it! Firm header just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de acréscimo.
Shevchenko. And here's Drogba. Shevchenko.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And here's Drogba. Thinks about the shot. And reclaimed it in a trice. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. And it's half-time. Well, we have quite a thrilling narrative here. Despite their early setback, they are now the ones in the driving seat. And all of a sudden, things are looking pretty rosy. So there was the first half.
Oh, what a half, Peter. What a half. It really has had a bit of everything. Two sides going tooth and nail, trying to win this from the off. If only all games could serve this up.
Botafogo are up by the odd goal in 3, just about shading things at the break. So we're underway for the second half. It's a good foot in there. Ibrahimovic. Nicked it back promptly. And he's intervened well there. He's ended up in no man's land. Maciej Cunha. And it's Shevchenko. Nicely weighted ball. Seedorf conjures time and space where few can. Zielinski. And here's Drogba. Oh, super ball. Vieira. It's Gullit. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
No, that's been intercepted. Zielinski.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Good take, and is he in? And that has sent him sprawling. No foul, says the referee. And he's had it nicked away. And it's Shevchenko.
You have to expect that from everyone now.
That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Szoboszlai. Clipped into space. Oh, that was vital.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. And it's Lahm. Pass is just off target. Drogba going after that. Shevchenko. Seedorf. Roberto Carlos. Passes short and sharp. That's been cut out, well played. Valverde. Now it's Drogba. Well read, nice interception. Van der Sar gets it away. Maldini. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. And he's picked out the run. And he's managed to get rid. Roberto Carlos charging forward, the ball at his feet. Roberto Carlos picks it up out wide.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Substituição no time do Botafogo.
So we have movement on both
18,
benches.
Camisa 9, camisa 19, camisa 8, camisa 3. Deixando o campo para a entrada de
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball.
camisa 7,
Cristiano
camisa
Ronaldo.
17, camisa
Pass is intercepted.
42.
Yaya Toure, the conductor, the central piece to his team's attack. And he's lost his man. Yaya Toure! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Yaya Toure certainly looked hungry and exciting on the ball. Confidence is at play here.
Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Drogba, well read, and the danger is averted. Drogba herring after the ball here. Maldini, and he lines up a cross. That's a decent clearance. And the shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Tries to get it clear.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Botafogo, moments now away from seeing this one out. Knocks it out wide, threads one in. He's being urged to shoot. He's had a shot! Goal! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
So is that the decisive goal? And the shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And he can thump it away.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de
Time
acréscimo.
added on will be 2 minutes. Hazard. And this is Ronaldo. And the shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting with fun, and that's it. Botafogo have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like this. Admirable, enjoyable, and look how they reacted to that initial setback.
Lamentamos
Cristiano
incomodar.
Ronaldo. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters.
Manchester United.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So that's got things underway.
Any attack containing Raul is a frightening sight for any defence.
His record's a frightening sight.
Well, when you think about it, most of his ilk will put themselves before the team. But Raul is different and has a greater appreciation for all that and likely to put others in before himself.
Cruyff. It's a good spell of possession, this. And the shot's on here. Shot, surely! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes. I think you have to appreciate the simplicity.
Ibrahimovic! Off the post! Roberto Carlos gets it clear. Lahm made a surge from full-back, as it turned out unsuccessfully. Can he get on the end of this?
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
That has been knocked clear, and we have our very first corner. Schneider with the short one. Crosses it in. Firm header, just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Botafogo are looking to go forward now. And here's Cruyff. And it's made its way to him. Played it. Oh, good climb! And he's quick to get rid. Oh no, this does not look good. O'Shea. Cruyff. Mbappe is onto it in a flash. And here's Drogba. He's a sharp little ball here. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Raul was only too happy to help out in defence.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Searching pass he's played there.
Botafogo really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Ibrahimovic. Now it's Drogba. Manchester United do have a chance to counter here. Nicely weighted ball. He's on it, can he get away? Played in by Roberto Carlos. Cleared away.
Manchester United clearly are looking formidable down that left-hand side, the current supply route. Carlos clearly looking the key component now with the concentration on width. Gives the defence a decision to make, whether to go zonal or man-to-man now.
Nicely aimed pass. Ibrahimovic. And this is Nedved. Schneider can see things others simply cannot. Threads one in. And this is Raul.
There's much frustration.
Takes a shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
Good ball, good take. Oh, he's got a crucial block in there. Nedved really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
And it's Drogba, looking for options for movement. Oh, super ball, and Cruyff! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Cruyff is offering a wry smile there.
Corner number 3 coming up. They've played it short. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Mbappe. That is lovely.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Oh, that's sweet, almost telepathic. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Cruyff, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. And this is Drogba. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. And here's Nedved. Good read, needed to be. O'Shea, driving forward. Roberto Carlos receives it in a wide position.
Teremos minuto de acréscimo.
Nedved. Now, can they get him away? Thuram gets across to intercept that. And we've reached half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Botafogo trailing by the tightest of margins at half-time.
Substituição
It's been
no
a
time
pretty
do
tepid
Botafogo.
display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Botafogo can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Oh, that is superb, a dangerous moment, perfectly dealt with.
If you were looking at the shopping list of what you need in a top defender, that's it.
Cruyff gets into a... Cruyff! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
He's absolutely full of energy here. Definitely had the right idea. A shame he just couldn't finish it off.
Now it's Ibrahimovic, and he's there to retrieve it. O'Shea, and here's Cruyff. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Botafogo come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
Little pass back. Lahm plays it in.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
Very nicely done. Good spot, that. O'Shea. Great vision. Always onto this. And it's Seedorf. Botafogo still trailing by one and looking here to take it up a notch after the break. And this is Ibra. Chance for a shot! And it's in! They are right back in business.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop. Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
Botafogo restore parity.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Back where it came from. And he's there to belt it away. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And he's had it nicked away. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Seedorf. That has been slung wide. Hoisted in, and a header! Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
So we have movement on both benches.
Camisa 9, camisa 8, camisa 19.
Xavi.
Deixando o campo
Here's
para a
Nedved.
entrada de camisa 11, camisa 7,
Serginho picks it up out wide.
42, camisa
Oh no, he's got that
17.
wrong.
Substituição em andamento.
Here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. That's a good ball out wide. Tries to pass it through. And that pass just didn't quite work. Half an hour gone in the second half. Now it's Nedved. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Thuram cuts out the pass. Hazard. Now it's Yaya Toure. It's a promising position. Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
Botafogo really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Oh, Red, nice interception. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Lahm. Oh, that's fabulous.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
They've won a corner.
Well, in my opinion, set pieces are 50-50 moments, and this is a rather big one, and it all depends on the service.
And it's been taken short. And here's Bale. Goes for a shot! Oh, it rattles the bar. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Olise.
Minuto de acréscimo.
Probing pass. Floated through. Shoots! He lifts the roof! A game of margins! A game of thrills! This might just do it! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win earned through the power of will, and this place is bouncing. Botafogo have